we in session. So, alright. What's going on, folks? My name is Retro Scorpion speaking here on the Retroverse XL channel. How's everybody doing? Good to see everybody. We are playing none other than your favorites, Liberty's Kids, again for the morning gameplay. It's gonna be special. It's gonna be nice. And yeah, sorry guys, I had to fix the frame rate issue and all that, and KBPS, kilobytes per second situation. So I had to fix a dropping frame situation. So without further ado, let's get into it before the shit happens again. So, Doinkin and Hammond Doinkin. Wait, what am I doing? I don't even know. I have the Liberty Kids in there. The ideology of this is crazy. So, let's exit real quick. I want to make sure that our damn audio is not too fucking loud. Well, if I do. Check one, check two, check one, check two, check one, check two, check one, check two. Alright, it sounds like my damn microphone audio is lower than the game audio. So I gotta fix that real quick. Let's hit exit. Alright, because how loud the game is compared to my microphone, I'm gonna have to lower the damn microphone audio a little bit. This up audio? Let's try that. Let's try that one real quick. Let's try that one. Check one, check two, check one, check two, check one, check two, check one, check two. Perfect. 100%. Hey, I was having a little bit of trouble with that. That should fix the whole frame rate issue. Here we go! Another round of this. I got some more embossing tape left over. Everyone sit tight. I gotta go grab lunch. What's for lunch anyway? I gotta go grab lunch.
As the end of the 18th century approaches, a tidal wave of change is poised to engulf the American colonies. There is a battle brewing to decide the fate of the colonies, as the country is split between loyalists, patriots, and those who remain undecided. Soldiers, spies, Indians, farmers, statesmen, and townsfolk have many different ideas, perspectives, and motivations behind the American Revolution. The coming years will be ones of conflict, hardship, hope, and I pray victory. The forging of a great nation cannot take place without dedication, determination, and sacrifice. Oh, and my name? My name is Benjamin Franklin. Duty calls me now to London, England, where I must wage a war of words with the British government. But I leave my Philadelphia print shop in capable hands. My assistant, Moses, whom I have taught everything I know about journalism and the running of a newspaper. Oh yes, and his two young apprentices, Sarah Phillips and James Hillen, who must learn how to work together to separate truth from hearsay. as they pursue the most complete and accurate story for the Pennsylvania Gazette. As other voices try to sway the people to their point of view, it is only by excellence in reporting that the Gazette will be a successful and compelling voice for freedom and liberty.
Another exciting assignment has just come in. You'll find it over on the bulletin board.
Sorry guys, I left to go grab lunch and also check the mail again. Is that door locked? Hold on. Always make sure the door is locked. Oh man, oh my hats. Holy shiitake mushrooms and shrimp. Perfect. Sorry guys, I had to
If there is a new assignment on the bulletin board, you can investigate that story. If there's no new assignment, finish working on your current. I've just had news that the Continental Army has finally secured a victory. You know that Britain does not have enough soldiers in its own army to win this war, so they hired professional soldiers from Germany to fight for them.
They're known as Hessians, isn't that right?
Yes, from what I hear, the Continental Army has successfully attacked the Hessians. See what you can find out about this victory.
This is great news. Don't you think so, Sarah?
I think I'll wait and find out the facts before I draw any conclusions, James.
We need to find out all the details, and it's up to you. You need to determine the who, what, when, and where behind this victory. And of course, as always, be sure to get at least 2 quotes about why people think it happened. And if at all possible, try to interview at least 1 Continental soldier. I want the opinion of someone who's right in the action.
A Continental soldier? Shouldn't we talk to those in charge?
Yes, James, we will. But don't forget, good reporters look for all sides to a story.
The questions you need to ask are in your notebook. Dig hard for the best possible information. That means accurate and insightful reporting. And stay out of trouble. Good luck, and Godspeed.
Here we go. Here we go. Nice.
Come on, let's go. The Continental Army's camp is right here on the Delaware River.
So I assume the Hessians are on the other side of the river. Over there in Trent. Let's warm our hands up by the fire.
Sarah, be strong. These soldiers have nothing but tents to protect them from the cold.
Some of the soldiers have rags wrapped around their feet.
Their boots have worn completely through.
Most of these soldiers' enlistments are up in just a few days. I don't think a single victory will convince them to re-enlist under these conditions. Hi, I'm Sarah from the Pennsylvania Gazette.
And I'm James. We'd like to ask you a few questions about your recent victory.
Yeah, you've never seen such a battle. The enemy didn't even see us coming.
Can't we ask you a few questions?
I'd like to help, but I've got orders to get that fire pit clean, and I can't locate a shovel anywhere.
If we found you a shovel, would you take a few moments to answer our question?
So we need a goddamn show. What is this? This is...
Hardtack is made from flour and water, and, as you can tell from the name, it can be difficult to chew.
So that's hardtack. Oh, fuck me dead.
Most of the soldiers in the Continental Army are nothing but untrained. A telescope in a bee.
A blanket.
So we still didn't find a goddamn shovel, eh?
I saw some soldiers sleeping in the snowbank.
Hey, no admittance without permission.
Oh, I bet you'd listen if I had a rifleman. %, I know you'd listen if I had a fucking rifle. Why is it not letting me? Bruh.
A Brown Bess musket, the standard armament of a British regular.
A trained soldier can fire and reload a musket in about 15 seconds.
So they say. So we have to go. Well, looks like we're crossing the Delaware.
That was a chilly boat ride.
We can only carry 4 items at a shovel.
That was the shovel we needed, 100%. Alright. Yeah. Love a gator. Oh, I forgot.
If you find me a shovel, I'll be glad to answer your questions. Thanks for finding this shovel. You can go ahead and check out the guardhouse if you like. But first, why don't you stop for a moment and ask me your questions?
I love this. I love this. We got,
Who is involved in the American victory at Trenton?
As a soldier, my job is to follow orders. If I do so, I've been promised my freedom when the war is ended. General Washington led us, and he is surely the reason we prevailed. Despite the bitter cold, he insisted on remaining with us at all times.
useful information. The what?
What led to the Army's victory?
It took all my energy just to stay alive and do my job, but I'm sure the general could tell you more. Well, I could tell you that the battle was over pretty quickly.
Where did the Army's victory occur?
Everywhere we went, it was miserably cold and icy. The battle wasn't far from our camp in Pennsylvania, but it sure took a lot of time and energy to get there.
Why was the victory so important to the Continental Army?
Perhaps when the states gain their freedom, the injustice of slavery will be banished forever in this new land. The Continental Army needed this victory to hold the troops together and keep the hopes of the revolution alive.
Useful information. When, why? Let's. What was the? Alright, I think we're good. So now, what do? We need to check out the guard tower. Grab that telescope.
A telescope in a beautiful case.
Yeah. So we go this way, maybe? Huh. Nope. Nada.
It's so good to get out of the wind.
I don't think you're tough enough to be a soldier, Sarah. A cartridge contains a bullet and pre-measured gunpowder. You're a soldier with the Continental Army? Please tell us about your victory.
Yes. There's never been a victory like this one.
This is the same
But
guy.
I'm still eager to go home.
Go home? So you still think the cause is hopeless?
No, he doesn't think that, Sarah. You don't think all is lost, do you, sir?
Right now, I'm just thinking about sitting by a warm fire as I recount our victory. Do you think you could find me a tinderbox?
Did he just say Tinder? Oh, okay. Hold on, we need to find a damn tinderbox. Oh, you asshole. Oh,
Thank you. But what I really need is a tinderbox.
Well, I guess he needs a blanket. Damn it. So, do you mean to tell me that a blanket would suit you, sir? Alright. It's time to cross the Delaware.
Until recently, there were 2 or 3 ferries that carried Hello. We're with the Pennsylvania Gazette and would like to ask you a few questions about the Continental Army's recent victory.
Victory? It seems our lives would have been better off had we tried to reconcile with Britain rather than begin this unwinnable war.
So you believe the rebels' cause is hopeless?
I believe what I really need is a pair of warm boots. When the Hessian army arrived, they took whatever they needed. Then the Continental Army came through and caused further havoc.
We can surely find you some boots.
Of course, we don't even have any boots.
For a town of only about 100 homes, the light in the windows looks so inviting and warm. I've heard
What is that? That looks like just a regular tea bag.
Hello, Henri. Did most...
No, I am not talking to Henri. He's a hopeless
After
source.
witnessing the conditions in the Continental Army camp, I appreciate a warm room even more. Hello, Mose.
We need to find something.
Before the victory, the Hessian
We must be sure to get the Hessian point of view.
Of the victory?
Let's not refer to it as a
Aren't you a Hessian soldier? How did you escape?
Damn it, I'm looking for boots or anything useful in this case. Hold on. What if we go this way?
Prior to this victory,
I wonder if
There's the boots.
a good pair of...
And this looks like a tinderbox, right?
a lantern. It protects the candle inside from wind and rain.
Is that a tinderbox, though? I am so 100% confused. So, is that what we needed? Like, is that, like, maybe?
It appears the Continental Army may be preparing for another attack. General George Washington? The commander of the Continental Army?
Yes? How can I help you?
We're reporters from the Pennsylvania Gazette.
Ooh,
We've
we
been
win.
sent to find
We
out about the
fucking
Continental Army's recent victory. May we ask you a few questions?
To be honest, I am waiting for a secret message from a spy.
A spy?
I cannot answer your questions unless I am sure I can trust you with secrets. Can you find the spy and bring me the secret message?
You can trust us. We'll bring you your message.
So who's the spy? Y'all need to give me details, damn it. Hey. Uh-huh. Alright, now everything makes sense. That's a tea bag. Ah.
If you could locate a Hessian soldier who escaped injury or capture by the Continental Army, he could surely give you the jackknife I need.
I don't even know what to do. Oh, yeah, man. Hold on, let's back out. Now, this guy
What I
needs
need is a pair of warm boots. Ah, my feet are warm at last. Thank you. I'll try to answer your questions, though I have never supported the idea of independence.
well, you're no use to us then. Now, I hope that this is a tinderbox, because if it's not, I'm probably wasting my time. So, hold on. This is probably
Right
not...
now, I'm just thinking about sitting by a warm fire as I... Thank you. But what I really need is a tinderbox.
What the fuck is a tinderbox? Oh, now I got... Guys, I'm sorry. I gotta Google this shit, too. tinder box. I want these images, man, because I'm getting really, really sick and tired of this shit. That's a tinder box? Motherfucker, why would you need a tinder box? It's not even close to heating yourself, man. Oh, it does actually work. Okay.
Moses wants us to find out all about the Continental Army's victory.
Alright.
We'll need to be sure to find the answers to the question.
Alright, so we gotta find some form of tinder box, eh? Alright, let's put that
A
on.
brown bear.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. This is a wild goose chase and a half, eh? Hold on, is there anywhere else we can go? Is there anywhere else we can look? Does there be anything else we can grab here, unfortunately? Jesus. Oh!
How could a battle be fought in a snowstorm? Wouldn't the moisture ruin the gunpowder?
I imagine the soldiers must have fought with their bayonet.
So they say. Okay, so.
This place is so stark and cold.
Ah, there's the fucker.
A tinderbox.
That is what we needed. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, let's go this way.
Right now, I'm just thinking about...
Shit.
There's nothing like a warm fire. What would you like to know?
You could have had a blanket, sir. But okay.
Who is involved in the American victory at Trenton?
Victory. What a sweet word. It was our first after many retreats, you know. Regardless, I'm still hungry and cold. My term of enlistment is over soon, on January 1st.
So he's not useful. What?
What led to the Army's victory?
I didn't make the plans. I only did what I was told to do. We crossed the icy Delaware River on a miserable snowy night. Then we marched 9 miles to surprise the Hessians.
Useful information.
When did the victory occur?
I can't exactly recall. We really haven't slept in several days.
Poor bastard.
We planned to attack before dawn on the day after Christmas. We still surprised them, even though it was an hour after sunrise by the time we arrived.
Where did the Army's victory occur?
We crossed a river to do battle.
Why was the victory so important to the Continental Army?
I'm not certain one victory will make a difference. We're still cold and tired and hungry. Well, since this victory comes after a long course of retreats, it may give new life to our cause. Perhaps it'll even convince a few soldiers to re-enlist.
Okay. This guy, he's a continental soldier, but at the same time, not what we needed. Alright, so we need, what are we doing now, huh? So that's George Washington. We need a spy. There's a spy we need. That's that.
A lantern.
I like that ideal. Anywhere else we can go? Shit. So we can't, okay, that's that. So, that's that. No. Now he needs to know where that soldier is. So, alright. Back. Shit, I don't even know where I'm going. Son of a bitch. So, where did that soldier escape to, eh? Oh.
I am cold, and there are no extra blankets. Do you think you could locate one for me?
100%. I know where the blanket is. It's back this way. I wonder if it's anywhere inside here. Hold on. Wait. I'll pour it. As much, I know there's no honor and love in war and shit, but
A blanket.
we could use poor guy. I actually You know, even though they were the enemy in the war and stuff, I kind of sympathize with them a little bit. As much as I don't want to sympathize with the enemy,
I am cold, and there are no extra blankets. Do you think you could locate one for me?
got you, man. Here you
Thank
go.
I am so cold. Please, there is a butcher who has helped our cause. He was recently captured by the Continental Army, but was fortunate enough to escape. Could you deliver this jackknife to him? I'll place it here on this table. Do not forget it. First, though, go ahead and ask me your questions.
Not that I give a shit, so the jackknife's all I give a shit
A
about.
jackknife.
Well, our two main people we need to talk to is George Washington and that Continental soldier. Oh, no? So where's the... Oh, that must be the pub. Yep.
If you could locate a Hessian soldier... Thank you. I desperately needed this jackknife. Now, I have one more errand for you to complete. Can you be trusted?
Of course. We're journalists.
That is cause for alarm. But since you're associates of Ben Franklin, I believe I can trust you. I am not what I appear to be. I have a very important message for the commander of the Continental Army. I'll place it here on the table. Can you deliver it to him?
Bingo!
A message on a scroll. Someone may be needing this.
Bingo bango! Alright, so now we're talking.
I cannot answer your questions unless I am... This was a dangerous task. Thank you for helping me.
Yes.
I am eager for the colonists to hear of our victory. They have heard only bad news recently. Please, ask me whatever you'd like.
Who is involved in the American victory at Trenton?
My brave troops secured this victory, but they are worn out and cold, and they lack the necessary supplies. I only hope this victory can convince them to re-enlist. I had fewer than 2,500 troops at my disposal against 3 regiments of Hessians, Germans hired to fight for the British.
There's no one who would know better than George Washington.
What led to the Army's victory?
I'm sorry. Our success depends upon secrecy. Without my network of spies, victory would have been impossible. But you must keep the whole matter as secret as possible. My spy, John Honeyman, convinced the enemy that we were unable to march during winter, then provided me with information that allowed us to surprise them. We prevailed in battle because my soldiers displayed great courage despite the adverse weather.
Oh, that's actually something we're not going to discuss in the newspaper. That'd probably be for the best.
When did the victory occur?
It happened when they least expected it. Right around Christmas, the Hessians were still celebrating.
Christmas.
Where did the Army's victory occur?
The Hessians certainly didn't expect us to show up where we did. I'm sorry, I don't have time to talk. I must go now to write a letter to the President of the Congress, informing him of our success.
Yeah.
Why was the victory so important to the Continental Army?
This victory helped to boost the morale of the soldiers. These soldiers do not even have the clothing they need at this coldest time of year. This victory was essential to demonstrate that our cause is not hopeless. I believe my men can now be convinced to re-enlist.
So with that being said, I think the proper idealism is to put him on the sketch. And I think we're good. I hope we're good. So, sit the print shop.
I checked the where quotes in our notebook, and it looks like we still don't have the facts.
Moses said we need to get all the details, so we should try to talk to someone else.
What do you mean? So, shit.
Use the arrow cursor to travel.
So I mean, kudos, but shit. Okay, so we don't have all the facts. So, oh dear. Oh dear. So who do we talk to now?
So, it's you two.
No, he's not. He's not a good person to talk to, eh? Hold on, might need to talk to that soldier.
Well, if it isn't you two reporters again. go ahead and ask me your questions.
Who is involved in the American victory at Trenton?
It was but one battle. We are professional soldiers, you know. It was but a small setback. We have already taken the city of New York.
What led to the Army's victory?
There was a blinding snowstorm. We were waiting it out indoors, and the Continental Army surprised us. Colonel Rall was tricked into believing there was no danger of an attack, so we were unprepared. The Americans attacked while many of us were still in our beds. Colonel Rall was killed in the battle, you know.
Useful information, 100%.
Let's not
When did the victory occur?
Our colonel had no reason to believe we'd be attacked on that particular day. The Continental Army is nothing but a ragged, half-armed mob. It was a holiday. We were celebrating.
You know, y'all be... It's in holiday.
Where did the Army's victory occur?
They crossed the river here to our camp from their own in Pennsylvania. They crossed the icy Delaware River from Pennsylvania during a snowstorm. We were housed here in Trenton, New Jersey when they attacked.
Wait, Trenton, is that... I think that's actually where my package is coming from, so... The why.
Why was the victory so important to the Continental Army?
Do not think of it as a victory. It was merely a stroke of luck. I don't care why. All I know is that we will not be caught unprepared again. Hundreds of our soldiers were killed, wounded, or captured.
I ain't saving your perspective, dude. So...
Let's not forget that we should make a sketch of...
Yeah, well, I am not interested in sketches. So who do we go to next?
Hello again there. Let me answer you.
Who is involved in the American victory at Trenton?
There were many involved in this battle. General Washington used his shrewd judgment to lead a surprise attack with over 2,000 troops. The Hessians, commanded by Colonel Rall, were ill-prepared. There were many involved in this battle. General Washington used his shrewd judgment to lead a surprise attack with over 2,000 troops. The Hessians, commanded by Colonel Rall, were ill-prepared.
What?
What led to the Army's victory?
I'm not certain how much I should tell you.
Oh, you gotta
You
tell us.
understand it's essential that my identity remain that of a butcher who provides meat to the Hessians. General Washington used spies such as myself to spread rumors and obtain information. This allowed him to attack when the Hessians were completely unprepared.
Save.
When did the victory occur?
I wouldn't know the exact time or date.
Jesus.
I fled the Continental Army camp before the attack, pretending to be an escaped prisoner.
Where did the Army's
That's
victory
what we
occur?
need, the when.
I shouldn't say. I've shared quite a bit of information already.
Oh, it's... Oh, you
I
gonna...
made my way at once to a place of greater safety.
Why was the victory so important to the Continental Army?
I wouldn't have taken such a risk if I wasn't convinced the victory was important. The victory lifted the morale of the Continental Army. They are a miserable, cold, ragged bunch, but this victory will surely convince some of them to stay on, and that they can win.
That's the thing we need to find is the what is the when, unfortunately. So I think we need to go back to the place where that damn soldier was. No, so well, maybe that guy can tell us.
Hello again.
What the when?
When did the victory occur?
It was Christmas night when we started. The Hessians were celebrating the holiday. We crossed the river on December 25th. We marched into town an hour after sunrise on the morning of December 26th.
That's what we need to know. Save. Let's try this again. I want to hit print shop.
Welcome back. I'm
Jesus.
anxious to get all the detail.
Editing desk.
Try to
According to Continental Army, so General Washington was responsible for are the victory. Despite the bitter cold, he insisted on remaining with us at all time. Boink. Where? No. I would like. Okay. As to what led the army soldier defeated as told that. When I asked why is the victory so by soldiers? I want to hear from a spy. When what the Continental Soldiers is one. Why? Alright, feedback.
Feedback appears below each of your quotes.
Alright, let's hit back.
Good work.
Later.
This is the layout area, where you can make your newspaper front page look just the way you want before you print it out. Choose a sketch for your front page and type in a headline.
Victory.
Publish your paper once you are finished.
Victory Bish. I don't think it's gonna matter, but I want that involved. Publish. Yes.
Washington's crossing of the Delaware River and his defeat of the Hessian army at Trenton has dealt the British a serious blow. Finally, the American Continental Army has a victory to raise their spirits. We want our readers to get this news quickly. Let's get to work. Well done, Sarah and James. You can see how well you're doing on the chalkboard. Ben will be really interested in this news.
So, General Washington had a little Christmas present for the Hessian soldiers at Trenton. A sneak attack across the Delaware, in a snowstorm no less. That's what we need, courage and initiative. If only my French friends would be swayed by this news. It seems that it will take a major defeat of the British to convince them to join us. We need their financial support, not to mention the help of their navy. We just don't have the ships to confront the British at sea.
Well, James and Sarah, I've been hearing rumors of a major British advance somewhere in New York State. We need to be listening for any news.
We're ready to go whenever you give us the word.
As reporters, you'll have to ask the right questions.
Now, how many did that sell?
If there is a new assignment on the bulletin board, this is a copy of your published newspaper. Select the print button to print it out.
Here you go, guys. Victory, baby. And then George Washington on the front. That's fucking funny. Victory, bitch. I am so motherfucking happy. Let's quit. Oh, that is funny shit. Alright, that means you guys will see you later.